So I recently hosted my friends for a scrap and yap night, and I honestly could not dream of a more perfect night after like a really busy few weeks. I had asked my friends prior what they wanted me to make, and the most requested thing was a tiramisu inspired crepe cake, and I was like immediately yes. The thin vanilla crepes are layered with this espresso infused mascarpone whipped cream and dusted with cocoa powder for a taste that's like insanely similar to actual tiramisu. Now here's the one caveat. You're gonna need to make a lot of crepes to have like a tall cake, which crepes themselves are like super easy to make, don't be fooled. But to make like 20 to 25 of them, you're gonna need to practice a little bit of patience, about like 30 minutes or so, as you're kind of just standing around the stove pouring them. You're kind of like, you know, moving around the pan to make them nice and thin, and then you gotta flip them. But other than that, it's so easy. After that, you're on the downhill because you're just gonna let them cool like normal cake layers, and then you're gonna make that espresso infused mascarpone whipped cream, and you're gonna just add a generous like slather of that between each layer, as well as cocoa powder. And then I added lots of shaved milk and dark chocolate on top. Then just stored it in the fridge until the girls came over. I made this in the morning, so I ended up having plenty of time to like set up the table with some scrapbook materials and like extra scrapbooks for the girls. And they also brought over their scrapbook materials, so we had so much to work with. The minute I put this tablecloth on the table, I knew my mom would come over later and like see it all wrinkled and iron it, and sure enough she did. So tonight's theme was basically just be comfy, so I changed my outfit to get a little comfier, and then I started on making my Nana's famous ham and cheese sliders with this maple Dijon glaze, and then my crab rangoon dip with some homemade fried wonton wrappers or wonton chips to like dip them in. And then I also made a little veggie board, and that was basically it. And I highly recommend doing this with your friends because we all ended the night saying that we're already ready for another scrap and yap night.